A few days back we got ourselves the Year 4 Season 3 patch notes for Operation Ember Rise, and in it are some really exciting changes in my opinion. I'll just do a quick overview of it. If you want to see anything specific, make sure you go to the patch notes yourself. I will leave a link in the description down below, so let's get right into this video. First of all, the patch notes of course start by talking about your new operators Amaro and Girja, and it starts with some quotes by Harry, the director of Rainbow. Moving on, we can see the loadout of Amaro. She of course has the G8A1 LMG, the Supernova shotgun, the ITA-12S sidearm shotgun and the SMG-11, as well as a claymore or a stun grenade, and she has 2 armor 2 speed, and her unique ability is, as we know now, the Girja hook. And then there's a small quote by Mira, the director of the Research and Development Department. Speed is essential when engaging with the enemy, and the Girja hook does not disappoint. Now moving on to Gojo, the male defender, he as well is a 2 speed 2 armor. He has the choice between the Vector, which I'm really excited about, and a DCSG-12 shotgun that Kate has. And the interesting thing is that Gojo himself also does have access to an ACOG on that, even though in Blood Orchid they did say that no 2 speed or 3 speed would ever get an ACOG again. So most likely that rule is going to change, instead of him getting his ACOG taken away. He has only one secondary, the P229 that we also know of Hibana and Echo, and he has the choice between an Impact Nade and a Nitro Cell, and his unique ability is of course the Vulcan Shield. Amara's quote on this part is, "The Vulcan Shield impressed me, not because of its lethality, but because of its efficacy as a deterrent." Moving on from the operators, we of course have our new map rework, Canal, and it looks so amazing in my opinion. I absolutely like the aesthetic of it. It's a shame that we don't see that giant cargo ship anymore. I know that we will get some submarines on the side now, but that giant tripped over cargo ship was always something special. So what did they do with the map rework? They reworked the entire map. There will of course still be sections that will feel familiar. However, since there was only one path linking both buildings, now they have added another bridge, so we have 2 bridges. We also had only 1 staircase in each building, and that was increased to 2 staircases in each building, making vertical movement more accessible. Furthermore, they increased the number of indoor playable areas and expanded some of them, and they did change some bomb sites. For example, the bomb site next to map room and kitchen has been moved to security room, with a brand new doorway connecting it to map room, and the site in the radio room is now found in the expanded lounge room, across the hall from the usual Coast Guard side. Radar and server remain unchanged, though you'll find much of that area has been reorganized. And finally, a new pair of sites has been put in. Bomb can be played on supply room and K-Jack, which is downstairs in the west side building of the map. And that's basically all changes that were made to this map. But something else interesting that they have announced during the stream is that there will be a battle pass coming to Rainbow Six Siege. And when I first heard this announcement during the stream, I thought, why are they doing this? They really shouldn't. However, once I saw a video explaining it more and more, I actually kind of like the feel for it. So battle passes will soon be coming to Rainbow Six Siege, and in year 4 they will have the battle pass deployed in 2 phases. Season 3 will be phase 1, and that will bring a mini battle pass to let us get to know with the battle pass what they have in mind. And season 4 will bring us a fully fledged battle pass with a free pass and a premium pass. And more on the topic of the battle pass I will bring later. I was thinking about making a special video about this topic, so make sure you watch out for that. Also, are coming a lot of changes to just gameplay. For example, we are now getting an unranked playlist, a playlist that has the same setting as at ranked but doesn't affect your rank. So in my opinion, this is a perfect playlist if you would like to get warmed up for a ranked match. And talking about ranked, they are now adding a new rank, the Champions rank. So Diamond won't be the top rank anymore. Once a player reaches 5000 MMR, they'll enter the new Champions rank. While it mostly functions like other ranks, it has something that ups the ante: individual rank numbers. And these rank numbers mean that the top 9,999 players with the highest MMR within the Champions rank will have the standing displayed on their rank. And that doesn't mean that the champions who aren't currently in this top 9,999 will be taken down to Diamond. As long as you remain in this Champions rank above 5000 MMR, you are a champion. Something I'm really pumped about is the map changes that they are bringing. The Canal rework is going into the ranked map pool, and Fortress, Theme Park and Hereford Base are taken out. The casual players will also have a new rotation system, cycling 3 maps in and out every month. And this reduced number of maps will give players the opportunity to make themselves more known with the map pool, while the rotation will allow for more diversity. Adding on to that, night mode will no longer be available in any gameplay playlist, only in custom games. And since I said that Theme Park is getting removed from ranked, it will be removed from all playlists in preparation for its rework with Season 4. They also bring in some great player behavior changes. For example, sanctioning players that leave ranked games with higher penalties, as well as a new update to reverse friendly fire that will make it so that takes into consideration a squad's overall level of toxicity. So if a squad mate kills someone, the entire squad will get reverse friendly fire. Since we are running out of space on the operators menu, we will get a new menu, a new interface, splitting the attackers and the defenders in 2 parts. There will also be a new shop interface when previewing an elite set, which means that you will now be able to see its victory animation before you decide to purchase it. And when you want to inspect a bundle's contents, you will have the option to look at and select each item with the new View Bundle Content button. Furthermore, we do have some changes to Terrorist Hunt, making it that there won't be bombers anymore, nowhere in Terrorist Hunt. They will no longer appear, and both nitro cells and barbed wire will no longer fill entire rooms, though they'll still be found scattered throughout these maps. However, a new cosmetic that most of you have seen is the Mirror Elite, and I must say, even though this elite has more of a historical feeling than, for example, the Bandit Elite, the Hibana Elite, the Smoke Elite, the Legion Elite, I do like it. It fits in perfectly with the backstory of Mirror. And also, if you look at the emblem, at the symbol on her beret, that's the same symbol as her charm was from the 6th Invitational event from last year, which I really like. It connects even more lore. And it also says that this new set of hers is an homage to her grandmother's service in hard times, and she wears it with pride to honor her duty and that of those who came before her. Operation Ember Rise will also bring 2 new seasonal weapon skins, and yes, only 2. If you love golden weapon skins, the Eternal Sun weapon skin is for you, which is designed on the beauty of the Inca, whilst the Eternal Wind weapon skin, which in my opinion looks better than the Eternal Sun, is inspired from the Aztecs, with both seasonal weapon skins of course being inspired by the rich culture of South America. There are also some operators that are once again getting a price decrease. Capitao and Cavara will now be 10k renown, Ying, Legion and Ella will come down to 15k renown, and Maverick and Clash's prices will decrease to 20k renown instead of the usual 25k that they were. And as for operator balancing, we have a lot of changes. For example, shotguns will now destroy wooden beams more reliably, and the revolvers, the Rhino 40 and the LFP 586 will now have the same destruction output as the D50, but the massive changes in this are the secondary gadget changes. And to be honest, for me that's too much to actually say out loud, so on the screen right now you will be able to see all the secondary gadget changes. But I must say that the change that I'm excited for most is for sure the stun grenades of Dokkaebi being replaced with frags. Also, for the ones of you that have noticed, Warden and Nook will get their deployable shield and claymore back again. One was given an impact nade and Nook a stun grenade because the devs weren't sure about the hotfixes with these glitches that we had last time. And since now in the mind of them they're reliable again, they are given back their original gadgets. A massive nerf coming to shield ops is that its ADS time is increased from 0.4 to 0.6 seconds. And I'm not sure if in the clip in the background it's a clip of Bikini Body playing the new season in his latest or one of his latest videos. And if this is the 0.6 seconds that it takes off the ADS time, shield ops are completely wasted. If this ADS time in the background is indeed correct, shields will become insignificant. Furthermore, there's been a fix to Jackal's PDW, which will now properly lose damage over distance. Twitch and Lion will have 10 additional rounds in the 417. Every DMR in the game had at least 20 bullets, except for the 417. For some reason that had 10. Fuse Girl's deployment time for clutch charges reduced, whilst Kate's Orc A3 damage has been increased by 3, and Warden's duration has been increased from 8 to 10 seconds. And for Warden, they've also made the movement penalty when looking through smoke less punishing, so that you now reach your final opacity level more quickly and suffer less opacity restriction when making small movements. Moving on to the general tweaks and improvements, game balancing changes brings us the new deployable shield. And they are also implementing a Fetcher's debuff icon when defenders are under the effect of Fetcher's EMP grenades. And one of the most important things, in my opinion, is the rank restriction. They have implemented a limit to the MMR gap between party members, which cannot be a bigger gap than 1000 MMR between the players with highest and lowest MMR in the squad in order to play ranked. And for players above 4400 MMR, you are able to group with any player above 3400 MMR, and players below 1200 MMR can group with players below 2200 MMR. Full distance has also been reduced from 2.5 meters to 2 meters, and the parameters for surrender being available have also been adjusted, which now requires an unanimous vote and only become available at the start of the third round. For it to become available, however, the surrendering team will be required to have lost the previous 2 rounds. And rounding it all up, there's nothing too interesting for me to say to you at this moment. There are mostly bug fixes, but as I said in the start of this video, make sure you go and check out the patch notes yourself as well if you want to. There's a link in the description down below. And that's all for now. As always, I hope to see you in the next video.